everybody, hope you're all okay. Today we wanted to show you how we make our chocolate brownies. I'm going to give you the recipe and do a little cook along and just explain some of the ingredients I use and why. Besides using the best quality ingredients that you can, there's also a technique to making the best brownies, and I wanted to show you how I make mine so that you can hopefully make some of your own at home. Let me first of all just talk you through the ingredients. The quantity of the ingredients that you will need are 185 grams of unsalted butter, 185 grams of dark chocolate, maybe 54% or above, 275 grams of caster sugar, 3 free-range large eggs, 85 grams of plain flour, 40 grams of cocoa powder, and 100 grams of milk chocolate or white chocolate, whichever is your choice. You'll also need a baking tin, a brownie tin. The one I use is a 9 by 8 inch tin lined with baking parchment. So this is the ingredients that I use for my brownies. I've got Shipton Mill organic flour. That's a very high quality flour. It works perfectly every single time. I've got 54.5% dark chocolate. You could buy something from the supermarket and it would be absolutely fine. Just make sure it's got the high cocoa content. Obviously dairy milk, everybody knows that one. Cocoa, organic free-range eggs where possible. The only thing that I wouldn't normally use is this caster sugar. I normally use a golden caster sugar, but at the moment I can't actually get hold of that, so this is just a normal one. And the butter, when you're buying butter, try and choose one that's got a high fat content. If you look on the back of the packet, it'll tell you, and you want to try and get one that's got a minimum of 82% fat. That way you've not got all the water that's been added to it and you'll get a much better bake. Okay, to start making your brownies, you need to measure 185 grams of your dark chocolate and 185 grams of your butter, and pop them into a bain-marie, or if you haven't got that, you could microwave them. Just do them at intervals of about sort of 30 seconds at a time, because you don't want to burn the chocolate, and you need it to be that it's all melted together. While that's melting, if you weigh 40 grams of cocoa and 85 grams of the flour into a bowl and just pop it to one side. Once the chocolate has melted, leave it to one side and you can begin to whisk your eggs and sugar together. To do this, I always use my handheld electric whisk. You could use if you've got a Kenwood mixer, whatever you've got. What you want to do is combine the eggs and the sugar together to get as much air in them as possible. Continue to do this for about 3 to 8 minutes until they become very thick, creamy, and you can make a kind of ribbon pattern on the top that will stay on the top of the mixture for a few seconds. Once you've got to this stage of the egg and sugar mixture, you can add your melted chocolate and butter to this mix. To mix it together, you want to be quite careful because you've tried to incorporate as much air into the mix already, so you don't want to be then knocking that out once you add the chocolate. So I just use my spatula and work in a kind of figure-of-8 motion most of the time to try and mix it together. Just do it until it's just combined. Once you've got to this point, if you sieve your flour and cocoa powder into the mix, and then use your same spatula again to combine it, it's going to look quite grainy to start with. Go with it, keep going, but don't try and over mix it, because this is where you're going to end up with quite a dense, heavy brownie. And last but not least, you add your 100 grams of milk chocolate. You could use any chocolate you like, white chocolate, whatever you fancy really, or whatever you've got. I just chop it into quite decent sized pieces and add this to the mix, and just very, very briefly. Once you've added all of the ingredients, you're ready to pour the mix into your tin. I always use a 9 by 8 inch tin, line it with baking paper, and it works perfectly every time in this tin. Now it's ready to go into the preheated oven. I always do mine on 160 degrees because I've got a fan oven. If yours isn't a fan, just go for 180 degrees and that'll be absolutely fine. I bake it for 25 minutes precisely, and it never fails. For those of you that have been following us for some time, you'll remember that we've got our vintage coffee van that unfortunately at the moment, because of the circumstances, we're unable to do. So to try and keep the business going and to be able to offer everybody a treat where we can, we've decided to set up an online shop. So you're able to go onto our site and purchase, I'm going to have a choice of at the moment chocolate brownies, bakeware tart or millionaire shortbread, which I hope that I can add to more as we go along. To buy these you can purchase it online and then we can send it to you in the post. Obviously we can only do this to UK addresses at the moment because without using any preservatives it's just not going to be how I would want you to receive it if it's travelled in the post for days on end. To buy in the UK we're going to use Royal Mail First Class, so we hope that that's going to be with you within a couple of days of me making it, which should ensure that your brownies will be very fresh or whatever it is you've bought. Everything's going to be made fresh to order, so when you receive it you could freeze some of it if you wanted to, which would obviously prolong its life if it would last that long in your house. It certainly wouldn't in hours, I know. We decided to do the shop online, obviously to keep the business alive, but also because I've had quite a few requests. I've even had requests for Christmas puddings already, which is quite interesting, and definitely something that we could pursue as the year goes on. If you wanted to purchase our cakes or just have a look what we're doing, please go to the link that's in the video description below. Also, I hope to add more things to this site, maybe some granola. I think we're thinking of maybe doing some elderflower cordial next month, and if you've got anything else that you specifically would like, maybe give us a message and we can see what we could do. The tea company Bird and Blend have kindly donated me some tea bags to be able to include a free sample in every box of cakes that I sell. So for a limited time while the stocks last, everybody that orders a box of cakes will also get a free sample of tea. They're a great company and they do some very, very interesting tea blends. They've got a lot of different recipes online and all of their tea bags are 100% plastic free and biodegradable. There's only going to be a set amount of quantities on their site each week because obviously I need to be able to keep up with the demand, but please keep checking back if you can't get what you want immediately, or message me and then I can let you know when I'm going to have the next batch available. I hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe I've inspired you to bake some of your own or to want to come along and purchase one of ours so you can enjoy it at home. In the future I hope to make some more videos. Let me know if there's something that you really want me to make and I'll see what I can do. Okay, take care, bye.
The